Popular, contemporary artists, dreamers, schemers, chancers, in the main are all seeking to surf gloriously across moments in time. The vast majority of them end up standing wide-eyed and uncertain before wobbling and then crashing under the rush of whichever immeasurable ocean they were hoping to ride, rarely upright long enough to draw the eye. Occasionally, the brief ride and inevitable fall is sufficient spectacle to warrant our attention, but as the water wins, the moment is gone and we look elsewhere. It is only in magic that we are able to entirely suspend disbelief, continuing to stare in wonder at how the rider shifts weight, direction, and angle in symbiosis with whichever chosen wave. This, then, is where we choose to direct our attention, eagerly following each sinuous legend as they write and date stamp history, impatient to watch them do it all again. When it's great, it sticks and stays with us. If any proof of the above were needed, may I direct your attention to the two biggest stories of 2023. It was the Beatles and the Stones, a new film and a new album, respectively. 2024, though, was dominated by Oasis on the 30th anniversary of their incendiary debut album, Definitely Maybe. It was punctuated hourly with wishful speculation about some form of reunion, because they really were something special. Muscular, analog rock and roll made for an irreverent generation, fueled with marching powder and premium lager. No compromise, no prisoners, ever. The last great rock and roll band. And the louder we screamed, the faster they went. Initially published in 1996 and then revisited in 2016, this is, I admit, an account of times past, and there are other accounts out there. But here's the thing. In those early days, and certainly most of those catalogued within this book, the entire touring party consisted of just 10 people, including the band, and I was one of the 10, or one of the 5 if we discount the Bash Street Kids. Maggie, Jason, Mark Coyle, Phil Smith, and me. Others would drop in and hang on for dear life from time to time as the razor-wired magic carpet ride careered across continents, country to country, club to sleazy club. Marcus, the Abbotts, TNC, Brian Cannon, Johnny, and occasionally this or that journalist, photographer, promoter, new best friend, and or dope fiend. But on a wet weekday, in those hidden towns that nobody gives a rat's ass about visiting, we were few and far between. These are stories from the Shadowlands, then, from one who was lucky enough to have access all areas credentials. Postcards from the Edge to steal from Carrie Fisher. Having a lovely time. Wish I was here. In the years since, it has never been lost on me just how lucky I was to bear witness. These were days of wonder, and if you read the interviews from 94 particularly, everything points to a solid conviction amongst the band that they were destined for glory, that their story was pre-written by a caring universe, biblical in its scope. All we were missing was 3 wise men and a star to lay a path by. Actually, hold that thought. 3 wise men, Marcus, McGee, and Noli G. The star? Well, surely that was Liam. There was no prophecy, though, at least none visible to the band, as success arrived, then bedded in, prospering, growing, the heat building exponentially in the manner of a nuclear reactor. We, management and label, were as dazed by it all as the media machines reporting it. Back to an observation you'll find in the body of this work. When SJM Promotions booked the band into their first UK arena, Sheffield, Liam lost his shit as he and I, Marcus and Simon Moran, went to recce the venue. The Human Torch, very much flame on, didn't believe that Oasis could sell enough tickets to half-fill the space. He was furious, until the promoter quietly informed him and us that they had been snapped up in hours. For my part, I saw the shining certainty of a wish upon a star future as we helicoptered into Slane Castle for their first support show with REM. We arrived early, and looking out of the chopper windows, I was staggered to see that there were already some 50,000 in attendance. I would have expected less than half that number, the usual rule of thumb when you are third on a bill of 3. As much as the accumulated mass of indie kids wanted to catch Stipe, Buck, Berry, and Mills, whose floated counter-harmonies have always been, for me anyway, the difference between great and really fucking great, well, this Irish audience had set early wake-up calls and hit the road to the castle in good time because Oasis were as hot as a stolen pistol, unknowingly then picking up their wave. This was the day that the zeitgeist applied ink to its contract with them, the very moment when the band and the world declared their love. Love, though, as Eldritch quite rightly points out, is a many-splintered thing. And the nuclear reaction the band were generating had a whole lot more in common with Chernobyl than the fourth-gen K-pop stuff the world is praying beneath today. It ended in scorched earth and a major chunk of personal real estate unfit for cohabitation. The length and legacy of this toxic half-life and the fallout remained uncertain. Would they? Wouldn't they? None of which really matters because at one point they did, and so many don't. Finally, though, the many-headed beast is back, stronger and crueler than ever. 2025 is their year, because as previously advertised, when it's great, it sticks and stays.